Hello. Just wanted to cut in at the beginning of this video here to talk about a couple things. First of all, as you can tell, audio is handled. It's going to be better now. I also think that I know what I want from these videos, or rather, what I want to give with them. A lot of people sleep to some calmer videos nowadays, and while these will definitely fit that niche, I think I want them to be more like videos that you can have on while playing your own long playthroughs. I have found that having Mickey D on while playing through Daggerfall made it so much more enjoyable. So maybe that can help you. I personally bounce around games a whole lot because I end up playing with friends, and at some point one of us just loses interest and it makes the whole thing fall apart. Typically me, honestly. So if that's you too, then let's enjoy some of these games together. There's also a smaller side note, which is I've recently lost my job. Now, it's not that big of a deal, as my skill set is in high demand. However, the places that demand my skill set are not very good to work for, and I would much rather move on to something else. Well, let me be clear, that is not going to be YouTube. I know what working while not knowing if you'll have work tomorrow feels like, and it sucks. Not my plan. I'm sending out resumes to other places to see if I can get into something new and fresh for me. If things get bad, then I will just go back to what my skills cater to, so I am relatively safe. These videos are mostly something of a revival attempt to the older days of Let's Plays. No sponsors, go ahead and black my ads. These will be just for fun. At best, maybe I get a cool extra couple bucks here and there, but I'm confident that these won't reach a large enough audience to ever live off of. And the last thing is, as you can see, I'm drawing. Now, this is something I've picked up recently, and I figured what better way to learn than to try and make a finished drawing every day. I think this one took me about an hour or so, give or take 30 minutes. And if you noticed at the beginning, I really struggled to get any kind of real shape happening. But once I got there, it started going. Obviously, lots of issues with it. I won't go into too much detail on that, but if you know, you know. A lot of artists already talk down on themselves enough online, so I don't really need to. I know the market is really saturated with them, but I was kind of thinking maybe one day drawing my own PNG tuber or something of the sort. It would be nice to have a PNG tuber or something to be able to put in the thumbnail of all my videos in case there isn't something like Barry. That's the mouse. I'm really quite fortunate that the MCE2 Barry is here, although I didn't really think about the possibility that the authors might not want me using Barry like this. I mean, at worst, I would be totally okay if they asked me to remove him from the thumbnails, and at best, I would have no problem sharing the originals as a fan art sort of deal. Anyways, I think that's enough yapping from me. The audio for the videos will get better soon, I promise, but let's get into it.
Hello, and welcome back. I am a nighttime survivor, and I was just checking through the quest book while waiting. Up some coins. I think that's for spending in here somewhere. I know. Our stuff. Our stuff. I know that when I was playing something similar to this, it had like a little in the quest book store to buy some unique things for leveling up. So I assume that's what this is for. That elephant. I thought it was sitting down, but it was just underground a little bit. Okay. So I've of course got this hovel here. Oh yeah, I got a hat. A mum. Oh, that looks terrible. Can I hide that? Yeah. Yeah, so I want to build up in this crag garden area here. So I need to find some wood to build with. I have this ebony, but it's really dark, and it's going to make it really difficult to like see very well in the house. I might use it as a floor, but what I do know is that I need something else for the walls. These ironwood planks are nifty, but I think they're very neutral in color, and I need something that's going to help it pop. It might be foolish to consider these things right away, but I'm not sure how many opportunities I'm going to have to rebuild over there. I know that there's a lot of bamboo. I do like building out of bamboo when I have the opportunity. But I'm gonna have a look around. We've got jacaranda, which it looks like it's a little bit of a pinkish. Let's have a peek. Yeah, it's gonna be a real off color. Not super huge on that. Hello, are you an emu? You are. Whoa, they actually get emu sounds? That's kind of crazy. I gotta stay away from those eggs. I feel like they'll beat me to death. Jaffa log. Jaffa factory. Oh, that's what they mean by welcome Jaffa. Understood. Acacia is definitely a thought. Whoa, whoa, guys. Whoa. No need for this. Maybe I should make some wood armor like the quest log recommends. Alright, this is a really big ironwood tree, and it's kind of tempting to just grab a couple of really big trees and make do. And it doesn't look like I've got a lot of other options. So why don't I do that? Why don't I take this jacaranda tree? And I am going to... Oh, interesting. What do you think... Who do you think you are? Get out of here. Pushing me around like that. Can't believe you. Okay, I never noticed it doing this before. Can you eat a little quieter, guys? Alarmingly loud. So I'm gonna take this and oh, leaves everywhere. Alright. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. I don't imagine I can do a whole lot. Can get replaced. All right. And then that was a really big ironwood tree. Is this where all the emus are? Kind of hope I don't tick them off or nothing. What are you doing, you wiggly little freak? Do you think they'll be upset if I take their eggs? Like, how bad do you think this could be? Why? Okay, they don't give a dang. 5 emu eggs? That's kind of crazy. Alright. Sorry, emus. I'm gonna take your real big tree. Brother. Okay, well. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Australia. You were right. You were right. You were right. You were right. Oh, my God, Australia. Surely you don't remember. Oh, I'm ghostly right now. Hang on, what does that look like? Oh, I'm a ghost. Woo. Grave key. Cool. Oh, and they gave me a little gift for dying. Oh, co-rail tombstone. Gotcha. Look, man, just don't jump in front of me while I'm cutting a tree. What the heck's wrong with you? All right. Yeah, I understand exactly why Australia lost the war against emus. Those guys are brutal. Was this even the big tree? I feel like there was a wider base that I saw earlier. I'm cutting the wrong tree. Womp. Oh goodness. Get out of here. Alright. Alright. That's actually a lot of ironwood. Holy moly. Okay. Alright, maybe that was the right tree. What is this? It's grassy, sandy dirt. Got a bunch of mystical black flowers here that can be useful later. How did you do anyway? Oh man, I wasn't even close. Okay. It's wild that the emu will fight back, but I know that the elephant won't. Alright. So I got a bunch of wood that I can only really build with right now. I should grab some acacia as well. Okay, hang on a second. Corel, what did you give me? What did you even give me? Was that just a bone? Did you just give me a bone? What was that? Alright, sure, whatever. And then quest loot. Bodyguard contract? What? Koboldiator. It's like gladiator kobold? What is this? Okay, this entity does large AoE attacks. Sworn to protect the user for all of eternity. What? What do you mean? Hello? He's dead. Does he just go away when there's no longer combat? Is that what I'm getting from this? Is there a cooldown to that? Huh? Okay, so there's got to be a cooldown because I can't use it again. What on earth was... I turned around and I saw like maybe a golem of some kind, briefly. I'm so confused. Okay. What I do know is that I need to put some more crap away. I probably don't need pancakes. I probably don't need that. I can survive off of bread. Green soy. Soylent. I'm surprised that they had the restraint to not just say, like, definitely not people or something. Alright. I think that's about all the space I'm gonna have for now. No way, it's already almost sunset. Dude, life is so hard. Alright, well, I'm just gonna grab some acacia and try and make do. I should replant some of these. Can't plant on packed mud. I'm definitely going to need more acacia, and my stone axe is almost broken. Said who? Who said that? Alright, I don't like how suddenly night hits. It's ruthless. Oh, okay, I can see the cooldown of the letter now. Oh, sploosh. Okay, I might have to come get the rest of this later, because I can't see for crap. Alright, safe and sound. I will see you all in the morning. Flying Dutch rat. Avatar of Ratlantis. What on earth? A rat crafting table? Is it for crafting rats, or is it for rats to craft? Or is it just rat-themed crafting table? Alright, good morning. I see a creeper over here. I'm so curious about this. So I just made the wooden armor. Okay, that's not how crits work anymore, it seems. Ooh, moss block. We've got some moss over here. Hello, what on earth are you? Look at this Mario looking ass. Hang on, I've got Kobola today, Tor. Hello, you're a creeper of some sort, Savannah creeper. Wait, are you chill? It's chill. I am blown away. All right. I have no way of filling this hole because they did not give me all of the dirt back. Evil villains. Hang on. And they gave me 2 moss blocks to work with. How delightful. I did hear a bat over here, and I see moss blocks, so this leads me to believe that maybe there is actually one of the fancy caves underneath here. Would be cool. Would be cool. See, that looks like... What is that? Limestone? Whatever. What I do know is that I want to be over here. This place is cool as heck. Curious what I can possibly use loam for. Alright. Just need to get up here. Oh, dang. Okay, wait, no. Mahogany. No. You can't have mahogany be that purple. That's purple heart, you silly. You silly goofball. What in the fuck are you, brother? Oh god, he moved. I thought he wasn't gonna move. Alright. I have like 50 coins. How much money for you to fuck off?
What are you?
I hate everything that you represent. But I have the range advantage. What do you mean, ambush? Did he drop anything? Okay. Alright, so here's the deal. I need to chop down a lot of these bamboozles. Can I make a... I can. I am unsure where I want to build exactly. Maybe like right into this here. Oh, we got some coal. That's very good. Very good news. What am I seeing over here? Howdy. All right then. Okay. Cool. Oh. All right. I don't, I'm like, I'm stunned right now. Okay. First things first, I need to build, probably some storage, actually. I saw that I'm able to do that. Delightful. We'll just do that. I don't need a lot of this right now. And what I do need is an axe. Jade ore? Okay, well, I'm not cool enough to get that, I guess. Cool enough to get some coal. Let's get that right the heck away. I can see. I can fight. Hi. Hello, guy. You can't just come into my life and like vanish like that, guy. Where did guy go? Huh? Alright, I have an area to light up. And I still need an axe. But hopefully this will prevent circle breathing weirdos from showing up again. Pardon you? I don't think you understand how Minecraft works, friend. If you're a zombie under the water, you are supposed to be drowned, right? Is that not how this works? Or were you just above ground and decided to take a swim? What? Is this for co-rail? It is. Alright, can I don't have enough to make a andesite stone axe. Alright. Rainbow eucalyptus. I know that this is some fugly wood, so this will be used in recipes that don't preserve the appearance. Get out of here. What is it? What? Oh, moss block. Okay, understood. Alright. Rainbow eucalyptus, good for wood burning. Bamboo. Good for a lot of things. Well, in real life. I'm not entirely sure about in Minecraft. I know that I've done some building out of bamboo in Minecraft before. Really enjoyed it. I think I also had some mods that sort of expanded what you could build out of bamboo. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm like all full up actually. Corn seeds. Where did I get corn seeds? Alright. What is that? Nickel. Is there really not a sort button? Middle mouse. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Bamboo. Bamboo tea torch. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Why? Oh, a soul bamboo tiki torch. Gotcha. Basket. I don't know what baskets are good for. Bamboo wind chime. Oh, we have chimes. I love chimes so much. Oh, I love chimes so much. Waffle. Trapdoor. Alright. Blowgun. Pink bamboo wall. Bamboo trapdoor. Bamboo stable door for Macaw's doors. A lunch basket. How delightful. Oh, I gotta get paper wall. Oh, I'm excited about this. Hang on a second. Alright, first things first. What can I do with bamboo? Okay, we've got bamboo wall. block of bamboo. Okay. That's the bamboo trapdoor. Let's have a peek at bamboo wall and bamboo block. Okay, it can be angled. And then the block of bamboo. Alright. I'm getting an idea here. I'm getting a vibe. The sun's starting to go down. Okay, why don't I take a stack here and make a whole bunch of bamboo wall. Oh, that's not really a whole bunch. It sure is some, though. I might have to do block of bamboo later, but I will make 8 of it now as sort of an example of what after here. Just pick all of this up. The darkness, it's coming. I think I will end up building into here just a smidge. I need a torch drop. Because it was on a wall that I had. That's why. Don't be silly. Alright, so if I were to start building, say... Hello? Oh, geez, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me dead, aren't you? You're gonna kill me, aren't you? Alright, I'm getting you. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Alright, I gotta run home. I gotta run home and hide. That's a necromancer from Iron Spells and Spellbooks, and they are no joke. What the heck are you, brother? Ah! Well, I'm thankful that I'm not just getting assailed out of nowhere by random skeleton arrows. I can at least see where they're firing from. Goodness gracious. Okay. One more jump cut. I mean, at least I can see now. You know what? I'm gonna spend this jump cut looking up what I can make out of bamboo. See you guys in the morning. Hello, Spodre. Alright, back up to my place. Should I grab some more acacia? I should be fine. I've got a couple of chests up there already. Oh, bling, bling, bling. Music, music. I hope the necromancer isn't still up there. Alright, we've got a zombie sound. But just the one. bottom. I'm not seeing any foul necromancy. So we're probably fine. Okay, back to what I was attempting to do. Sort of lay out the plot of the land here. So this is gonna be like the back corner. I could plop that. So you know what? I'm gonna roll with just 2 high for now, so that I can get the point across. Up to here. Hi. You're not gonna be friendly, are you? When you're like directly approaching me.
Okay, hello. So it's at this point in the video that I'm realizing that I must have turned my microphone off and then never turned it back on. I really don't know how I did that. My microphone has a mute button on it, but it's flashing if it's working, so I'm so confused. I'm thinking that I must have thought of doing a time lapse of this part and just like I guess I muted my mic and then I just for the time lapse and then never turned it back on. The weirdest part though is that I mean obviously it was turned on for the rest. Oh god, I'm actually just realizing now maybe I didn't turn it back on for the next video either. That would be some kind of disaster. Not necessarily the biggest problem. I'm not sure if there was all that much that was said during any of this in particular. Actually, I'm gonna speed it up from this point on. Let's do that real quick. So now we're getting into more of a time lapse. And I'm just going to be quiet until the other end of the time lapse when it would go back to regular gameplay. And I'll see you there. Okay, I'm coming back in at this point in the video, just to kind of go over the mental state at this point. I remember in particular, I wanted to get these logs debarked, and I was unable to find a good way to do it, and so I had to use a cutting board, and there was no like hold right click or anything like that. It was just awful. I ended up having to rock my fingers back and forth between the 9 and 8 keys while right clicking. Yeah. Oddly enough, that's more tedious than any kind of building. I guess it's the lack of engagement, but either way, back to the time lapse. Okay, jumping back in just one more time. It's nighttime at the moment, and so I decided I'm just gonna end up finishing up digging out this wall, digging out the floor, put in the rest of the wood. However, we're already about an hour in, and so I figure rather than just go for another, I think it's like 30 minutes or something like that without any audio, I'm just going to edit here and see about doing some sort of recap for the intro of the next video. Maybe I do that instead of another drawing or something, or maybe I just put it in the corner and talk about that while the drawing happens. But as you can see, it's daytime here, or at least just about. So yeah, if you'd like more time-lapse stuff, go ahead and let me know. There's definitely a lot of particular sounds that some things have that is like oddly more satisfying when it's sped up like that. I personally quite like the sound of building in really any block game, that sort of plunk 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 sound of the blocks happening in rapid succession is quite satisfying, honestly. So yeah, let me know if time lapses are something that you'd like more of. Of course, the audio, I think the next video is the last one that will have the audio problems, and then it will all be into this kind of audio here. I'm going to be recording my microphone in a separate program, so it's a lot easier to tell if I've muted it for an entire hour. I'm gonna kick myself about that for a while, but I also recognize that it's something that does happen to a lot of people, so I don't know. I've just kind of been yammering on. It's like, it's rough, but I don't think I want to just have it be quiet from here. You know what? I've got another 4 or so minutes. I'll come back at the end with at the hour mark, and I'll just give you some quiet Minecraft, and let me know how that goes for you. Let me know what you think. I can be a lot quieter. I talk mostly because I recognize that that's a certain degree of engagement that people look for. I could also maybe just do like the first half of the video be a lot more talking and the second half be a lot more quiet. But yeah, any feedback would be great on that. Throw it in the comments if you have any feedback. Otherwise, enjoy. I'll see you in about 3 minutes. Okay, coming up to another nighttime here. It's a little bit before the hour mark, and I just didn't think about the fact that if I did a time lapse it would be shorter, so I lied about the 3 minutes. My bad. But yeah, if that ending bit was I don't know, more enjoyable, maybe you don't like hearing me talk. I mean, especially with the audio issues, I don't think I could blame you. They might just bother me more than they do any regular. Sorry, the arrows. I remembered really liking those sounds just being spammed like that. Yeah, the audio issues definitely bother me a lot. I don't know if they're as awful to hear. I think maybe the fact that like I know what I said and the parts that are getting cut off and whatnot like bother me just at like a personal level. I get the vibe that maybe it wouldn't be so bad otherwise. But yeah, hopefully this is a good sample of what the audio is going to be more like in the future. And if that's something that you like the sound of, then go ahead and also let me know that in the comments. If I'm definitely going for more of a chill vibe sort of situation, then this is having more silence might not be such a bad thing. Anyways, we've crossed the 1 hour threshold. At this point you can see I'm just playing through the book, waiting out the night. It's definitely one of those situations where ordinarily I'd probably like to just be underground during most of the night, because at that point the light doesn't matter. I have to make my own light anyway. But for a video, it's definitely not as great to be out and about trying to do stuff, and also for a mod pack that has a bunch of very dangerous enemies. I mean, I don't know if any of you have played with Iron's spells and spell books before, but those mobs can get ruthless. They are really, really tough. I do remember a lot of this. This is like very, very similar to Cisco's RPG mod pack that I did play a year or so ago. The main difference that I am personally most interested in is the hex casting. I only found one mod pack before that was widely popular, that had hex casting, and oh man, it's one of those, like, you're touching it and you're feeling it and you're like, oh, this is complicated, but you can feel how much you could do with it. Setting up like a recursive spell to just fire off and tunnel out a mountain, easily doable. With Ars Nouveau, you can get there. I've definitely made a few spells in Ars Nouveau that are like massive earth destroying pits, like sort of like pillar to bedrock TNT kind of situation, but it takes a lot more investment, I would say, than hex casting, whereas hex casting just requires the knowledge and the learning and the patience. Well, I guess that's not entirely fair. Hex casting has very high costs. Like, you need so much amethyst. There's a bunch of interesting story tidbits about what amethyst actually is with hex casting, and it's very interesting. Very much looking forward to playing with that. I put a comment in the last video, but I'm doubling down on it here. Are there any mods that you know are in this pack that you really think I should check out? There are so many mods in packs like these that it's so easy to just gloss over an entire category of mod. I know in some of the other ones that I've done, it's like Greg Craft or something like that. That's one that I will very often just completely pretend doesn't exist. I do know that Create is in this. I love the aesthetic of Create, but I find more often than not, I make everything I need using Ars Nouveau if it's available. Maybe that's something that I do. Maybe I just put Ars Nouveau down, only do hex casting, only do irons. Irons doesn't really do much for the building aspect of things. So maybe I do irons and hex, and then use Create for a lot of my actual building. I've never really been able to get all the way into Create. I've done a few things, some little bits here and there. I definitely want to play with it more. I mean, the idea of a train is awesome, and since I've almost always played these sort of mod packs multiplayer, the trains weren't really viable. So being single player here means that I can actually do it and have no real problems with connection or anything like that. Also, it's at this point in the gameplay here that I am really pushing up against the edge of what I can do without iron, so I very much am seeking iron in my next excursion, and I don't think I can get it for like a couple of in-game days. I'll talk about it more on the recap, but all that aside, yeah, let me know what you thought about the audio here at the end. Let me know if you think that it would be fine if I were to be a little bit more quiet for some of the gameplay, let the game do some of its own talking. I don't mind yapping the whole time. I mean, I can do it. My mouth gets dry, but otherwise it's not too bad. Usually for me, the biggest issue is being able to string together these sort of disparate thoughts and keep the downtime in between speaking low. There's so many gaps in what I say, and I know that, like, as far as general YouTube audiences go, having a little flat line in the audio spectrogram is just like not valuable. Opposite of valuable, straight detrimental. So I like to leave a lot of gaps like that, just in general. And I mean, you gotta, you know, smack your lips. You gotta swallow that saliva that's been building up in the back of your gob the whole time you've been rambling away. Or I guess, you know, just let it drool out and you can look like some sort of weird slob. Anyways, yeah, you can see here I'm out on my excursion. I do end up with iron at some point, and I find a bunch of coal, and I find this one really thin cave that goes really deep, and it just stays really thin for a long time. It was very annoying. But yeah, we can talk about that more in the recap next time. So yeah, feedback. I'd love to hear it. Oh, I find another fly here. Okay, this has been stumping me for a while. I have not ever found Guy the fly ever again. I don't know. I don't know where he went, what happened. I do know that on one of the other nights I see a spider attacking the flies, which is awesome. I love that so much. It's just one of those stupid little details that like affects nobody but is awesome to see. Anyways, this is the cave. I kind of live here for a little while, and then I find another one later. But yeah, as I've said like 4 times now, I really want feedback. I think that's the most valuable thing to me right now, especially as I'm just starting to actually figure out my setup and how I'm gonna do this. If the audio you're hearing right now is what you want to look for, then don't worry, it's coming. If the audio from before is what you're actually after, I don't know how to help you. Maybe get your ears checked. And if you want more quiet spots in the video, I can absolutely do that. It is so much easier to not talk than it is to talk. So, you know, just put that in the comments too. Anyways, thanks for watching. If anybody is still here, I am actually quite surprised, but you know, maybe you're just asleep, in which case, have good dreams. Bye-bye.